Publix customer sues alleges fillers in Parmesan cheese. Lawsuit claims Publix grated cheese is more than the label claims. A Longwood man is suing Publix, saying its grated Parmesan cheese isn't all it claims to be. Eric Tamayo filed a lawsuit in U.S. District Court Tuesday alleging that Publix's house brand 100% real grated Parmesan cheese is loaded with fillers. The lawsuit says Tamayo submitted the cheese to laboratory testing and found the grated Parmesan and Romano Parmesan cheese contained adulterants and fillers, including powdered cellulose. Through these deceptive, misleading, and unfair business, Publix has been able to command a price for the 100% grated Parmesan cheese products higher than a fair market price and to induce purchases that otherwise would have not occurred. The complaint says it did not say exactly how much cellulose and other ingredients the laboratory testing found. Powdered cellulose is an anti-clumping agent made out of wood pulp and other plant fibers. Publix, however, has changed the bottles in recent months to remove the 100% real wording. Parmesan cheese on the shelves at Publix on Wednesday morning only said grated Parmesan cheese and leaves off the 100% real wording. A spokesman for Publix said the company does not comment on pending litigation. A lawyer for Tamayo also declined to comment. The lawsuit said Tamayo made the purchases at Publix in 2016 and includes pictures of Publix Parmesan cheese with the 100% real grated Parmesan cheese wording. The lawsuit follows a handful of other lawsuits filed against Walmart, Heinz and other makers of canisters of grated Parmesan cheese. In those cases, the lawsuit said the products contained 4% to 8% cellulose and other fillers. That stemmed from a Bloomberg News investigation into the alleged unnamed ingredients in grated Parmesan cheeses at various retailers. Target also was sued over its Parmesan cheese composition. Those cases have been consolidated and are still pending in federal court. In the Orlando case, Tamayo is petitioning the court for class action status, saying that Publix was able to demand higher prices and garner more sales for its Parmesan by saying it was 100% cheese. The case is pending before U.S. District Judge Gregory Presnell.
Morning, Kyle Arnold, who wrote the story, joins me to talk about it. Everyone sees the headline, they're definitely curious. Maybe in a quick nutshell to start, if you can explain what's being alleged here.
Yeah, man is suing Publix, saying that their Parmesan cheese actually contained fillers, cellulose powder, which is an anti-clumping agent, but that they used way more than they needed to, even though the front of the bottle said 100% real grated Parmesan cheese.
And the man is a local guy.
Yeah, a man from Longwood, works in the IT field, but I don't know why he chose to do this, but said he had shopped there for a long time, had bought this Parmesan cheese over and over again, and decided eventually to, after seeing some other lawsuits in other parts of the country against Walmart and Heinz, to submit it to a laboratory.
Yeah, and I think it seemed familiar to me when I first saw the headline. Something similar happened. Can you explain a little bit about some of the prior lawsuits that take place?
Yeah, it was after a Bloomberg News investigation looked at some Parmesan cheese that was supposed to be 100% from places like Walmart, from Target, from Kraft Heinz, the biggest kind of manufacturer. They got the name brand stuff on the shelves. That all said 100% cheese. If you look on the back of the label, it says it's got some preservatives, cellulose, salt in some of these things.
Yeah, but I would say some of that is reasonable if it prevents clumping or something like that. But if it says 100%, you expect 100%, I guess. What, in general, with like a Parmesan cheese or some other products that have some sort of filler, I think there's some sort of reasonable amount. Do you have any idea what that might be, or do we expect that this number to be much higher?
Yeah, like 2% is the reasonable amount of preservative, the cellulose powder to help it from sticking together, from melting together. And it's pretty common in other cheeses too, using cornstarch and things like that. But they say they're not using this as an anti-clumping agent. They say they're using it to essentially lower their costs on this expensive cheese.
I see. So what neither Publix or the gentleman who's suing or his attorney, no one's speaking at this time. So.
No, they're not speaking. And I looked at some of the bottles at Publix. Publix has actually changed their bottles in the last few months, few weeks. I'm not exactly sure when, but it no longer says 100% real grated Parmesan on it.
Okay.
It just says grated Parmesan on it. So maybe they caught wind after these other lawsuits.
The prior suit, so that they did change the labeling before this suit was filed.
Before this suit was filed, yes.
Okay.
But the plaintiff is saying, I bought this stuff for years. I thought it was 100% real Parmesan. I might have bought something else.
Okay, well, there you go.
Publix sued second time over fillers in Parmesan. A second Florida man has filed suit against Publix over fillers in its Parmesan cheese. Michael Chmielewski of Hillsborough County filed suit in U.S. District Court Thursday for misleading consumers by selling bottles of Parmesan cheese labeled as 100% real grated, even though it contains powdered cellulose and preservatives. The lawsuit comes just 2 days after a Longwood man, Eric Tamayo, filed a similar complaint against Publix Supermarkets, Florida's largest grocery chain. The amount of cellulose contained in Publix's Parmesan cheese product is used as a cheap filler to cut the production and manufacturing cost of the Parmesan cheese product, the lawsuit said. Publix did recently change its packaging to simply say, grated Parmesan cheese. Powdered cellulose was listed on the back of Publix Parmesan cheese packaging in both recent and past iterations. In the suit, Chmielewski claims to have purchased Parmesan in January and in previous instances. The suit said he submitted the cheese to laboratory testing. Powdered cellulose is an anti-clumping agent made from wood pulp or plant fibers. The Parmesan case comes after an investigation into mass-market Parmesan cheese in January by Bloomberg News, and a handful of lawsuits that followed against Walmart, Kraft Heinz, Target and others. The Publix case was assigned to U.S. District Court Middle District of Florida Judge James D. Whitmore, who is based in Tampa. The lawsuit complaint is asking for the court to grant class action status.